I wanted to ask you a couple of other things. When I originally reached out to you, and one of the things that I'm looking to do is I'm looking to try to get as many people in our community with a different background to be able to do a video like this. So if someone wanted to share something about how coil has changed, someone's life like it has yours, they could find that video on our channel or on our website and show your story to them. A housewife with 3 kids is going to relate to another housewife with 3 kids if someone wanted to share what XRP is all about. And so what I'm trying to do is get as many people in our community to get their story out there, so it makes it easier for us to share crypto or coil or XRP to someone else, that they may hear it in a voice that they're more receptive to. So what I'd like from you is that you were a person who I never met before and just kind of tapped you on the shoulder and said, hey, would you be willing to come and have a friendly conversation with me? And you did. And what would you say to the people that I'm tapping on the shoulder that may feel hesitant? What would your message be to them?
It would be to just try everything. Before joining Coil, I've never done something like this. I also did a live stream with some of the other creators last week. And I think a big part of it for me personally was that I was just nervous, and because it's something that you're not used to doing. But I would say just try it. What's the worst thing that can happen? If you don't like how it's portrayed, I'm sure they could ask you to take the video down and it would be all good. I think we've all got a story to share, so why not just do it? It might take half an hour, but you'll feel all the better after it. I mean, I was quite nervous, not so much before this interview, but before my live stream last week, and after it, I felt amazing just for trying that new thing.
Well, stretching and growing is always a really good thing, because you learn a new skill. I mean, there's never a good reason not to be growing. And so the other thing is that we have got so much of a male domination going on right now in our community as well. And you watched XRP Rose, and now you were gracious enough to come speak with me. We've interviewed Boo Boo, Stephanie Starr, Crypto Eddie, but there are still more women out there that I'm trying to get to bring on to be able to share their story. Would you like to be able to see more of the voice of the XRP Army from the women, and hope that I'm more successful being able to get more of our ladies to share their story?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I'm not necessarily biased whether it's a man or a woman. If there's value that I can get from it, I'll be listening either way. But I can definitely see how someone would relate more to, like a female would relate more to a female. It was XRP Rose's interview with you that sort of pushed me over the line. So yeah, I could definitely see how someone that isn't like a woman specifically that isn't too involved in crypto but wants to be part of even just the space or coil would feel more open to having an interview if they saw more other women being interviewed by you.
Yeah, and again, I'm trying to do in my little way be able to help with the mass adoption by getting more stories out there, because it's not that I'm trying to be detrimental to our great YouTubers who give us news videos every day. I watch them every day. But I want to try to fill in the niche where I can be a storyteller. I'd like to be able to be the person to help other people tell their story, because I think there's a spot for that. So we'll see. We'll see.
And I think people don't realize that they actually have a story sometimes because they're just so used to it. So having you be able to do that for them is probably is quite eye-opening for them.
Well, and again, doing something that you didn't really have ever done before and weren't really sure if you could, and then you do it, and then you kind of chest sticks out a little bit further, and you're like, yeah, I can do this. My story does matter, and people do care about my opinion. And we, as the early adopters, part as well, and you, Tahlia, with your coil evangelism, that's one of the things we've got to adopt the attitude of evangelist, and we've got to get our stories out there and share them with other people so they can look at it. Excuse me, I got allergies. So and so they can see, what we see.
Yeah.
I mean, coil is better than YouTube.
Yeah.
It just is for the influencer. It's better. Yeah. And so how are we going to be able to get more people to be able to know about it? We've all got to get out there and get content out there so people can hear about it.
I guess the video platform of Cinnamon, especially for the creator, you can start monetizing your videos straight away, whether you put them on private or not. I know for myself, my first video was on private just because I'm still getting used to being in front of the camera. But even if it's public, for everyone that has a Coil subscription, you get streamed payments for however long they're viewing. And that gives you the best part about Coil and Cinnamon in that sense is that you get rewarded for quality content, because if a person isn't staying to read, you're not getting paid. So you can sort of, there's no analytics per se, but you can judge by how many payments you've been receiving for that content. And then, okay, this isn't working, but that one did. So I'm going to move towards that. And I think even with creators, I mean, influencers that are on YouTube and are on Instagram, people develop a really strong relationship with them. And there's always going to be that core group that will want to support you. So why not let them do that just by paying that $5 fee? Whereas there are obviously some influencers that do sell lots of different products because they have to pay the bills. And I get that, but we could find that balance with things like Coil and Cinnamon.
Right. Yeah, I agree. All right. So the other thing that I always do with everyone that I get a chance to speak with is to pre-invite them to come back at some point. So in other words, if we got together again in a month or two, and then we could kind of share where things have gone from July 31st and then what's happened since then. Because again, what I'm trying to do is connect with new friends and be able to continue the conversation. And because I believe if we do that, then we're all better off. So I'd like to pre-invite you to come back again. And I'm also very much looking forward to getting some feedback from you about the reticular activating system and Christopher Duncan. I think you'll really, really like that stuff. And as a parting message, Tahlia, what message would you like to share with everyone as your parting message?
I would just say there's so many secrets hiding in plain sight right now, like things like Coil and Cinnamon. Now's the time to take advantage of it. Even if you're not sure about crypto, but you're a creator, just dive in head first. There's so many people on even Cinnamon and Coil themselves that have really easy to understand articles. So just, the perfect time is now. There's so much going on in the world. Use it to your advantage to take part in these things before they become mainstream, and let them change your life just like they did mine.
Absolutely wonderful. Thank you very much. I'll look forward to continuing our conversation. And I wanted to talk with you briefly when I turn this thing off. And again, thank you very much for being here. It's another opportunity that I had expectations that were exceeded, and thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, take care.